Yes, you're welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Is the Premier Sport Fan Center. My name is Afola Adeyemi. I'll be your host for today. And on the menu, on this watch-along edition of the show, is going to be Liverpool, the champions, the crowned champions already, taking on Arsenal Football Club. Yes. It promises to be mind-blowing, exciting, and it's going to be a long day for Arsenal because Liverpool are champions already, and I don't think they will want to lose on a day like this at their home ground. So it looks more like Liverpool doesn't really need the point, but Arsenal can make do with all 3 points against Liverpool right there. The cameras on Alexander Arnold, who said he will be leaving at the end of the season. I'm not alone in the studio. I have here with me Polo, you're welcome to the show.
Yeah,
an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, so excited to be here again, and one of the fixtures every Premier League fans, especially Liverpool and Arsenal fans, look forward to when it comes up. So I expect a good game from both sides.
But one needs it, or one doesn't really need it.
I don't think both, because based on if you look at the table now, Liverpool have been crowned the champion already, and for Arsenal, it's about the Champions League position, and you could see the teams below them are beginning to do Arsenal a favor by not picking up maximum point. We saw Manchester City yesterday, played at a goalless draw against a relegated Southampton. Then today also we saw Chelsea failing to capitalize on that, and including Nottingham Forest. So if you look at the gap between Arsenal and you start to look at the same at number 6 now, because you have 5 people going. So you looking at Arsenal position and the team in 6, which is I think Nottingham Forest now, and the gap between I think it should be Aston Villa now. Yeah, Aston Villa. The gap between them is about I think about 4 point, or rather, if So what Arsenal just need to do is just win one more matches, because they played more less match than Aston Villa. So they just need to win at least one. So I don't see Arsenal dropping off, but it's still a match. Arsenal needs to win also, at least with what happened the last 2-3 weeks, which have not been very great for Arsenal.
So expectedly, the Arsenal fans want Arsenal to win this one. But be that as it may, Arsenal might lose their second spot if they don't start winning. Next game going head to head against Newcastle.
It's not about second spot. It's about.
Are you speaking from the point of Champions League, or from what Arsenal will do at least? Still okay for the fans, because
I don't think it's wherever Arsenal end this season, that is within the top 4. I mean the top 5 now, no more top 4 because of the Champions League. Wherever Arsenal end, as far as they're in Europe, it doesn't matter. It doesn't still look good, even though they end second. That does not mean the fans will be okay with it. Because
it's still better.
It still is. If Arsenal should end 5th, and they qualify for Champions League,
that means Arsenal is retrogressing.
I don't think
Arsenal is going back.
I don't.
How would you explain that a team was second 2 seasons back to back, and the next season they dropped to either 3rd, 4th, or 5th?
Well, you look at the circumstances. You see, this season is quite different. Right from the beginning, they've been as in this season has been very poor.
You can talk about circumstance.
No, what I mean is that they've already dropped. Even though they finished second, they will still not meet up to the point they finished second for the 2 consecutive seasons. That's what I'm trying to say. They've dropped.
It's not about point.
No, even though Arsenal finished second this season, is bad compared to last.
And Arsenal just lost a golden chance right there. Bukayo Saka didn't
Is there
really
offside there? There's no
it's not
offside.
offside.
How did he not at least?
No offside actually.
Because it's coming from.
No
Wow.
offside.
Wow, that's a very, very, very good chance for him to have opened the scoring there.
That was a good, but it was really close.
Yeah.
It was really close. So it's game on in that encounter. And Liverpool started with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Alisson in goal, Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk, Ubatse, the defenders. Playing behind Jones, Ryan, behind Salah, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, and Diaz up front. Now, there's no McAllister in the starting 11, nor Diogo Jota or Trent.
Wow.
Now, what do you think about this setup from Liverpool?
Well, I will have to confirm if McAllister is on the bench. For Liverpool now, it's about next season now. The manager will try to, start looking at giving some players that have not really featured this season, opportunity to play and rest those guys that really worked hard. And we know that it's a big match for Liverpool as it is. Despite they've won the league, when you are playing your challenger, your competitors, you still want to put in the best. That's why you've won everything. If they were playing probably a team like Southampton or a team below 1 to 10, I mean below them, like 11, 10 to 20 rather, they might not start this squad. We might see French players coming up. So for McAllister, I just have to confirm if he's on the bench. But for Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think
he's on the bench. McAllister is
yeah,
on the bench.
yeah. So for Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think his days at he's playing days at Anfield for Liverpool. I think it's numbered already.
He has announced that
Yeah.
he's leaving at
So
the end of the
there's no
season.
reason for them to. He will be coming on probably as a sub now for the remaining matches. So I think it's still a good lineup from setup from Liverpool.
So it's still a good lineup from what is on ground. So 6th minute of that encounter at the Anfield. It is Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0 right there. And Arsenal won the 4-3-3 way. David Raya in goal. Lewis Kelly, Jacob Kiwo, Saliba, Ben White defenders. Merino Partey, Odegaard playing behind Martinelli, Trossard, Saka. A little bit twerk of a change in this in the bodies from the Champions League defeat to Liverpool.
It's a result of probably knock. Declan Rice is missing in this game, and it's a pick up in knock, so he's not in the squad. And Uren Timber, though he's on the bench, but he has been struggling for the past 2-3 matches. He hardly played 90 minutes. So I think the manager have decided let's give him a rest. So aside from those two changes,
Timbers is on bench.
Yes, give him a rest by starting him on the bench.
On the bench.
Apart from those two changes, those are the only two changes we see coming in. So Ben White and Leandro Trossard coming on for both players,
and Liverpool on the attack. Mo Salah right here, and he passes. Oh, and he shoots. Oh, that was a brilliant save from David Raya. How did Liverpool not convert that chance right there? That was a terrible finish, straight at David Raya.
Well, I think he took the ball neatly, but David Raya, though it was straight, but I think David Raya was, also ready for that, but because you could see it was very, very close. So, but that was a very, very good chance for Liverpool to have, opened the score.
Look at Salah dropping it right time.
No, I think kudos to David Raya because, it was going, the hand was going down.
Going down.
Yeah.
But you will know that the player didn't do justice to that chance.
Well, that was a chance for him to have,
He should be converting that one. So, it's the night approaching the 10th minute of that encounter. And yes, it is.
Is that a throw-in or offside or what? I don't understand. I think that was a throw-in. Or is it a foul throw-in? Yeah, it should be a foul throw-in. I would have Ben White.
But surprisingly, Um, at the end of the day, are you surprised as I am that Leicester City equalized Nottingham Forest?
Well, I was very, very, very surprised, but though not that really surprised because about I think about 3 match days ago, I called it that I don't think Nottingham Forest will make it to the Champions League because if you look at how they've been playing the last 5 games, you see that they're beginning to struggle, and the difference between them and the teams challenging for that position is beginning to show the quality
The
in
gap
depth.
in quality.
Yeah, and you could see they've been struggling. I can't remember the last time they actually got any win. Now I'm trying to remember the last 3 matches. I'm not sure if they've won.
No, they won the last game. I think no. Is it the last game?
I'm not sure. I can't remember them winning. I can't remember Nottingham Forest winning their last 3 matches. I just have to confirm that. But
yeah, the defeat. Okay. Oh, that's true. You're on point.
So
They've drawn last 2 games. Last Premier League games they've drawn 2, lost 1.
So I know the last 3 matches I can't remember them winning anybody. So and it's been showing it's they look at today even when they took the lead against Leicester City, one would think they will be able to protect that lead, but at the end of the day they couldn't capitalize despite that they've seen Chelsea played. And they've seen Aston Villa
The opportunity of getting
them.
into the top 5.
I think it's the Champions League is all over, so they just focus on maintaining the Europa League position. If Chelsea is not taken, they will even drop to the Conference League position.
Wow. Football has a way of surprising us all. If you say you know it all, wait till football announce itself to you. You will be so surprised, mesmerized, or sometimes you will be short of words right there. So the fans that are not short of words and noise are the fans on the red side of Merseyside. Yes, the Liverpool fans who would not think your team is the champions of the Premier League. Yes, they are the best team in the land. And Gakpo in the box with a big chance. Oh, he comes back and still with the ball. 2 on him. But Saliba did what Saliba usually do best. Win back the ball.
Yeah, that was a terrible play from Gakpo from me, but a good defending from Saliba there. He quickly covered up and make sure he stood his ground there, not allowing him to take a turn there and dispossess him of that ball. Okay.
Yeah, he dispossessed him of that ball right there. So 12th minute in that encounter, it is still Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Wow. Today, if I ask you to predict, Paulo, not from the fans' perspective, but from the general view, your own take on the result of this game, that what might happen in this game, what would be your prediction?
You mean the match between
Liverpool?
Yeah, to me, I'm looking at probably a draw from either side. Looking at the way both teams have, looking at Liverpool, they lost their last match against Chelsea. Yeah, that was in the league. And today they are playing at home, but at the same time, you look at this, they don't really need the match, but they need the match for their fans' sake. But in terms of what the point is going to do to them on the log, they don't really care. But for Arsenal, you see Arsenal, they don't want to lose any point because lose any game at the moment because the last 2 matches, both in the Champions League and the league, they've actually lost those games. So when you look at that scenario, you want to think both the game might end draw. But at the same time, if you look at this fixture between Arsenal and Liverpool for the past 3 seasons now, more especially at Anfield, the Arsenal have not lost all 3 points to Liverpool at Anfield. The last 2 fixtures here at Anfield in the league has been a draw game, and for Arsenal, they've not also won at the same time. So to me, either of the team might win, but I think the game might end in a draw.
Yeah, Paulo says he thinks the game can end in a draw. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's football. anything, just anything can happen in this beautiful game. So it's the 14th minute approaching the 15th minute of this encounter, and Arsenal has a good chance. Trossard, oh, his shot was blocked.
How did he not score from here?
Arsenal just had their golden chance too, but they couldn't convert from that point. Wow, Arsenal now playing with fire, not converting their chances. Don't you think that's going to be very risky for them at the end of the day?
Well, I think both teams have actually, despite I was saying, a game I ended, but if you look at how both teams have been playing these early stages of the match, they look like, they really wants to win the game, but and they've seen a lot of chances. We saw the one with, I think, Gakpo, is it Gakpo or Luzias, and looking at the chance, Arsenal couldn't, convert here. These are the reasons why I'm talking as an Arsenal fan, and from Arsenal, my own perspective, looking at this chance Arsenal missed now is one of the reasons why we are suffering where we are at the moment now, unable to kill off, take our chances. We've seen it in most matches we've lost and drawn point. We've had a lot of chances to score, but unable to convert those chances is one of the problems we've suffered this season.
Yeah, so converting chances has been one of the headache of Arsenal Football Club right there. So it's game on in that one at the Anfield. I didn't notice Arsenal doing any guard of honor for Liverpool.
No, it was it was done. That was
Chelsea.
Liverpool, Chelsea. Mostly it's about your next opponent. And if you are playing, probably you are winning the league on the last day. Nobody's doing that for you. It's just a sign of respect.
So it's a sign of respect right there. Well, will Arsenal respect Liverpool with the scoreline today? Only time will tell. Liverpool have just 38% of the ball possession, while Arsenal has 62% so far. Now, the way it looks like Arsenal is really taking this very seriously. Really taking it seriously.
Well, I don't really, with what I've seen, I don't really think they've really taken it serious. It's just how they've been playing, playing, and if they take it seriously, they could have gotten one goal. We saw that opportunity in the first, 2 minutes of this game. Fell to Bukayo Saka there, and look at how he just gone, and look at the one they also missed there. But at this stage now, most of the players, they already know that the league is gone for Arsenal. The players already knew that, so they just playing like I said, also for Liverpool, playing for the fans now, not just about what they.
What happened? Nottingham Forest dropping point. That means I think looking at the table, realistically, it seems officially Arsenal has qualified based on goal difference. If it stays like this, that means Arsenal will be not even officially.
They've not qualified. Mathematically, they've not qualified. But if they can secure a 3 point here at Anfield, it gives. I think they will be about 6 points above the team in the sixth.
No, so it will be
the team on
7.
sixth.
It will be 7 points. The team on
6, which is Aston Villa,
yes,
I think.
63 points.
Then Arsenal will be on, I think, 60.
Arsenal will be on 70 points.
So that means
Arsenal
they've secured, because they know how they will go below. So
but they still need to win this game.
I think even 2 draws. They need to win this game. Yeah, right.
They need to win at least one.
At least
they
need
games.
Out of the 3 games, Arsenal need to
win one.
At least one win or a draw. Let's just to avoid any.
What will make it so easy for Arsenal is that just defeat Newcastle.
Or even if you can secure a 3 points here, I think that should be all. you've secured the Champions League football, then you now
Yes,
be
yes. If
talking
they can
about
get
you now be talking
second,
about
yeah.
where you want to now end. In
But
the
securing 3 points here will be very difficult.
well, it will be very
Because
difficult.
you know this
It's-
is the home game after they just won, and Liverpool has a big chance. Oh my God!
Wow.
Look at Gakpo. The chance Gakpo just lost there. He should be doing better. And
that
Liverpool
a
just
goal?
drew the first blood.
Wow.
Yeah. Liverpool drew the first blood. Real Madrid got one back. 71st minute in that one.
Yeah.
And for viewers, El Clasico is going on actually. Barcelona coming back from 2-0 down to take a 4-2 lead, and now Real Madrid is rallying back 4-3 right now. Anything other than a win for Real Madrid today will mean that the La Liga is already what is it called? Gone.
Yeah, and not just that, and not just about the La Liga only, but for Real Madrid to be 2 goals ahead against Barcelona, and surrender those 2 goals in the first half, still concede 4. It's very, very, very embarrassing.
Really
for Real Madrid.
And you can see that's why they're actually going to be changing the man at the ends of their affairs.
Well, I think he has tried and he needs to go because he has been there for I think about 4 or 5 seasons now, and everything has been going fine. Not until this season, the way it is now, I don't see a way back for him with this Real Madrid again.
My goodness, 2-0 Liverpool.
Is that offside? Wow, what is happening with Arsenal? There's no offside there, so why are they raising their hands up?
That's why I told you that it's going to be very difficult to defeat Liverpool at home.
Well, I said either of the team might win, but do I look at the game? But look at the last 2-3 minutes now. You see that Arsenal have just collapsed. Suddenly from them being the team playing
so now
the better of the
they will
two
have to go and face a much more tougher task of facing an hungry Newcastle.
I don't think they face an hungry Newcastle. I think they even face Arsenal that is even more, angry after losing, all those matches. And Liverpool also have defeated Arsenal about 2 or 3 times this season. And Arsenal will be playing at home. And if you look at this Newcastle that defeated Chelsea today, I think apart from that starting 11, you look at nobody from the bench. I think they've also had a lot of injuries also. I don't think that Newcastle, with what I saw them play today, even with
it seems that ball was going into the net.
Yeah, I think so. You just make sure
but
that
the Arsenal
if
defender
would have cleared it.
Yeah. 2-0 up, 2 goals in I think 3 or 2 minutes.
And you were saying Arsenal were playing better. That I told you that they've not played anything. Despite them having the larger percentage.
But I also said this game is going to be very difficult for Arsenal.
I agree. That is why I said I said earlier on probably a draw, which based on the last 2-3 matches from both teams, how they've been playing and how it has been at Anfield. Not been able to win there. Though they've not lost there for like 2 seasons in the league, and thinking that would be. But looking at Arsenal, and they at the moment they are low on confidence rather, and they just need something going. And I also talked about the Champions League issue, and I think the teams below us now, are doing them a favor. So probably that's one of the reasons they are just playing how they've been playing in the last 5 league matches. I can't remember also the last time Arsenal. Okay, apart from Ipswich Town, I can't remember Arsenal winning any other team again. So they've been dropping points, lose and drop.
Carelessly dropping points.
And despite that, they still find themselves in second. That's to tell you that even the teams below them, they are not really doing enough. Because if you look at Arsenal last 5 matches, I think there should be only 1 win there, or probably the last 6 matches. There was a time they went about 3 matches without a win, but drawing those 3 games. So the teams behind them are not really taking advantage of Arsenal's,
and that's another good chance that the tip of the hand of David Raya just saved. It might be a whitewash right there if Arsenal is not careful. And one thing is when points tie, in the Premier League, you talk about goals
Goals.
difference. So
Yeah.
Arsenal needs to be very careful if they are going to do something special this season by going back to the Champions League. And you know one thing about this whole thing right here is that at a point in the season, Arsenal had everything going for them. All for a sudden, everything capsized.
At the beginning of the season, I think at the beginning of the season, it didn't actually start very well, but suddenly they found themselves, they pick up themselves,
Yeah, they
and
found
everything
rhythm.
started going. We're trying to push up, and gradually they were
Mm.
coming up from where I think Arsenal was about fifth or sixth on the log. Then they started moving on. So everything went bad. I think that was beginning from December, when Bukayo Saka pick up that injury again, and every other, they started struggling again. Not until they were able to get some stability again, and one then we started thinking they will be able to now push Liverpool to the end. Before those injuries started creeping in again, with the confirmation of Kai Havertz, being out, Gabriel Jesus. So everything just fell apart suddenly.
At some point, Arsenal fans didn't really appreciate Kai Havertz. But when he was not available, you could feel the void.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people that are really criticize him a lot, because I look at what he has been given for Arsenal. People expect a lot of goals from him, but the Kai Havertz that we've seen with Chelsea, he's not a number 9. He has been played out of position with since he joined Arsenal. He has been playing as a lone striker, and if you look at him, I don't think Kai Havertz is one of the best finishers for you to put as a number 9. And at the same time, the advantage Arsenal do get from him is his area presence. He knows how to win the ball in the air for Arsenal. But since it was ruled out, also Gabriel Jesus, everything now turned very bad for Arsenal, playing a number 9. As what's his name, Mikel Merino, as a striker. Even in this game that we are watching, is I think Leandro Trossard that is being played there. So everything just went completely wrong for Arsenal, and including this game now, the last 6 matches in the league for Arsenal, they've only won 1. So you see that they've not really
And with the draw, Nottingham Forest had today. Let's talk about Nottingham Forest a little before we go back to the Arsenal game. But before that, Liverpool has a free kick across into the box. Oh, I loaded everybody, I beg your pardon. And still in danger zone, Trossard cleared his 9. Found Gabriel Martinelli running down the left. Can he do something with this one? But they had to go back and set it for his teammate. And with this draw that Nottingham Forest had today, it has been confirmed that most likely they will be in. It has been confirmed that they will be in Europe, so it can be
a conference
league or Europa League.
Yeah, I think if they might end in the what they call it, the Europa League, depending on who wins the FA Cup.
Yeah.
If Manchester City wins the FA Cup,
Yeah,
then they will play
into
into the Europa.
League.
But if Manchester City fail to win it, it means they will be playing in the Conference League.
So now the thing is this: if Man City wins the FA Cup, that means Brentford will be the team going to Conference League.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's still all to play for down there.
Yeah.
So
I think it's still not, it's still between Brentford and I think Brighton. They shared the same point at the moment.
Yeah,
55.
But Brentford on superior goal difference.
Yeah.
There's even Bournemouth behind.
Yeah.
53 points. There's also Fulham behind 51 points.
I think it will be a very tough one for Fulham
Really,
because,
really
like
tough.
Arsenal, Fulham are also a team that have been struggling of late. I think
But
one win in the last 6 matches also. They've lost about four of those games and drawn one. So I'm not. It will be between Bournemouth and Brighton and Bournemouth rather and Brentford. That is if Manchester City wins the FA Cup.
and looking at the running right there, Bukayo Saka went through two Liverpool defenders, cut through them, but hey, his attempt went uh, off target right there. And looking at the next contender with for the top five, apart from Nottingham Forest, it has to be Aston Villa.
Yeah, and it has to be Aston. I think Aston Villa and Chelsea, they are on the same point at the moment. 63 points. Yeah, and
superior goal difference.
yeah, and
Chelsea.
I think 1 point behind Manchester. 2 points behind Manchester
Man
City
City.
and 4 points behind Arsenal being on second position. So we talked about Arsenal. Even if they lose this match, they still have 2 matches. What they just need is to win one, and once they win one, it means that maybe then if they can win the next match against Newcastle, they are automatically qualify for Champions League. And I think Chelsea and Aston Villa will prefer Arsenal to defeat Newcastle because what I'm saying that is that because if Newcastle should defeat Arsenal, that means what they call Manchester City and Chelsea, not Aston Villa, they must all win. They must all win because it now puts Newcastle in a position to qualify for the Champions League, because once they go away at Emirates and pick up that 3 points, I don't think they will lose their last match at home.
Even if they pick the 3 points away, they will maintain this 3 point gap, and they have superior goal difference compared to Aston Villa.
That's what I'm saying. Even teams below them now, we want them to drop points rather than Arsenal, because
And if they defeat Arsenal, second half straight.
No, it's the game on.
So if they defeat Arsenal, they will be going second on the table.
Yeah, so that's where the
And that will be a huge season for them.
where
For their standard.
even though they finish fifth or anywhere they finish on the table, it's still a huge season for them, because they've already secured a trophy. They've this season
League Cup.
after I think about 70 years. So even though they fail to make it to the Champions League, I think it's still none of their fans will be hungry, because for them getting that League Cup is
after 70 years with.
there are a lot of clubs, they will tell you, after 70 years, picking up a trophy, they don't care what they earn. And that is the reason why most Manchester United fans are still feeling very okay with the position they are. They are thinking, if we won the Europa League,
it's the backyard to the Champions League.
yeah.
Meanwhile, England will have 8 teams in European competition, 6 teams in Champions League next season, confirmed.
Yeah, 6 teams are confirmed already, and we might be having 9. I think so. With if Chelsea secure the Conference League, also, if Chelsea
is already in the European spot.
Yeah, we
So
might be having 8 rather. Yeah, we
okay.
might be. It's still 9, because they might still be having 2 Europa League spots and 1 Conference League, depending on who wins the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's still 9.
Depending on if they will have 2. 6 going to the Champions. Yeah, that's 9. Yeah, not
So
8.
we might be getting.
I beg your pardon to Avios. It's 9 actually.
Even if Chelsea didn't win the Conference League, they might still have 9. That is if Chelsea progress to the Champions League.
Chelsea, nothing will change. Yeah, it's going to be 9 teams, not just Chelsea.
So
either Chelsea win the Conference League or not, it's going to be 9.
So
Because 2 teams are going to the Europa League, and now confirmed 6 teams going that they are not in the Europe spot are going head to head in the Europa League final. Funnily, They are both 16th and 17th on the table.
Well, it's very very bad.
Terrible.
I think it's even more terrible. I don't know
Terrible.
between Manchester United. I don't know the one that is more because if you look, I think the Manchester United to me, though they have I think 1 point above. They are a point above Tottenham.
No, Tottenham is okay. Yeah, they are a point above Tottenham.
So,
yes.
but to me, I think Manchester United is the one because look, they are
And they
worst.
lost today too.
Yeah, both of them same scoreline at home. But you look at Manchester
But
United.
they most likely not start their first 11.
I don't think so. Their best players are on the pitch.
And
That's
they lost
from Manchester. For
scandalously.
Manchester United,
United.
we will say their best player is Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
on
it's
the
on
pitch.
the field.
There's I think Harry Maguire, Kobe Mino, their striker, Rasmus Højlund, they are all there. Though there are still some changes there, but they should not be losing that much to a very poor West Ham team. West Ham won and move above them. They are all on the same point before. So I think Manchester United, given the standard, the level of that club, they should not be in this position.
Can we safely say, even if Manchester United win the Champions Europa League, this is their worst season so far in over 5 decades or more?
Oh, of course, it's already, and there are a lot of Manchester United fans that have been, calling for the ball to let Amorim go on time now, even though they win the Europa League, because they don't think he will be able to, deliver, what they, for them, because they are winning. They've won a lot of matches in the Europa League, but you look at even some of those matches, they were not the best. They were not convincing enough. Look at how they almost, threw away a 2 goals lead against Lyon at home. So I think it's one of the not one of the worst seasons in the last probably 5 decades for Manchester United. They've lost 16 league matches now, and they still have 2 left. And you can't just try. You can't say Manchester United is going to defeat anyone now in the league. The next match is Bournemouth, and you can't say is it Bournemouth or Brighton? I think Bournemouth. It should be Brighton.
Manchester United.
Yeah, I think that next.
Chelsea.
Okay, Chelsea. Look at it. You can't say they would win. Chelsea.
And that will be few days to the.
Yeah, and I think we have about. I think that should be like 10 or 10 days to probably the final, and you expect them to start resting players more by then. And I think with the news today that Lenny Yoro, I think he has picked up injury that might, if care is not taken, might be forced. Out for the remainder of the season.
Wow.
So I think Manchester United, in fact, they're still only, the fans are only still, having to using the Europa League to console themselves. So it's when they finally, fail to win it, that is where the issue is. And for Tottenham, there's nothing I want to say about Tottenham. I think, even their fans and their owner, they already know that they are not even ready or serious at all. They've lost 20 matches. Tottenham Hotspur, 20 matches in the league, and you still have 2 games left. And the manager, both of Chelsea and Tottenham and Manchester United, they are still the same, because they still have Europa League to fight off. So it will be. The Europa League will be the saving grace for either of those teams. But despite that, I still don't see both managers. To me, I don't think both managers should still be at the club next season. Some people want to make a case for Erik ten Hag. The Manchester United manager. What's his name now? Ruben Amorim. Some will say he joined them when the season, was ongoing. But if you look at it critically, well, he has lost more matches that he has played than the other manager that was
Erik ten Hag. But you have to cut him some slack because he only had 1 signing. But
they were signings, and we've seen managers. There's a current start ongoing. He was appointed same time the Wolf appointed their own managers, and Wolf was even way below. I think they were even sitting bottom or second to the last then. I think 19 or 20. And look at how Wolf, picked themselves up with how many signings also. some will say he's trying to rebuild. He's trying to rebuild, but I don't think even though you are trying to rebuild, Manchester United should not be falling so low. To being on 17th on the log. I mean 18th on the is it 17th now? 16th on the log.
They are, I think they are 17th.
No, 16th. Tottenham 17th.
Yeah, 16th. Sorry, Tottenham 17th. So
And they might even find themselves on 17th come next season. I mean, come next week.
yeah, so it's game on in that encounter, and it's the running. A lot of surprises can still happen at the end of the day. One happened yesterday, where Man City couldn't take all 3 points in that one, and today again, Nottingham Forest, though Chelsea lost, couldn't take all 3 points right there. So it is still 2-0 in favor of Liverpool at the Anfield. They are now approaching the halftime in this one. What do you think the manager, Arteta, should be doing with this Arsenal squad?
Well, the season is about to end. I think they have after today they have a 2-match day again. And the season will end. And I think they need to quickly start. Passion the league owes now. What I mean by because looking at this Arsenal, it's very very clear and obvious. The positions they need to strengthen, and we've recently heard from Fabrizio Romano that Arsenal have actually won the bid to bring on Zubimendi. And
They didn't win the bid.
they triggered it, and there was no. I don't think there's any other team that wants to match that at the moment now. So Arsenal needs to start working on bringing on players. First of all, Arsenal need a striker, a quality striker. And they not just only striker. They need they want to bring in another midfielder now. Fine, good, but Arsenal need another wingers also.
Yeah. So those are some of the positions that has been mentioned, even by Fabry himself, right there. So let's see what Arsenal will come up with at the end of the day right there. So approaching the halftime is 42nd minute of that encounter, and Arsenal are still trailing 2-0, and Liverpool on the attack. A pass into the box. Oh, that was a dangerous pass by Mo Salah, and he almost caused danger in the opponent.
Yeah, he almost at this time around the Arsenal players were not sleeping, expecting offside, because you look at the 2 goals Liverpool actually scored, in quick succession. They were just standing there hoping it will be offside, and I think this time around now with that pass from Mo Salah, they quickly react to that one. If not, they would have stood there again, and a Liverpool player will tap it, and then you see them raising their hands up and looking at the lineman.
Well, it seems they didn't look at the lineman this time. They had to react to that one and did the needful at the end of the day. So 43rd minute of that encounter, it is still Liverpool leading 2-0, and that's a foul by Les Kelly, who is now on the yellow card. Skelly now getting the cards consistently now. I think he should be very careful.
Well, I'm not sure. I can't remember him. Probably in the league now. It's been a while now. He picked up those cards. Apart from those two, he had about 3 weeks of card being bombarded in by the referees, including red cards, the ones that were overturned and the ones that were not overturned, and picking up some yellow card. But after those incidents, I think there was a time it was actually calm, started calculating on not committing those kind of errors again. But looking at this match, it has been a very very terrible one for Arsenal in terms of how they've performed, and you could see from their body language they've been playing to me. They've not been playing to their best, and I don't know why. I think it's the issue about form. They've lost form completely.
So it's still 2-0 at the Anfield, and for our viewers, Ajax is trailing 2-0 at home today, surprisingly, right there. And PSV won their own game at the death, right there in that one. So
Yeah, in fact, honestly, I actually saw about the first half of that game, and I thought Feyenoord will run riot, in that game, and it was shocking when they started coming back, talking about PSV, and they won that game at the dying minute, and now Ajax dropping point. Now it's now 1 point. I mean PSV are now 1 point behind them, so it's looking very, very bad for Ajax, and they have 2 games left. So Ajax needs to win the remaining games if they want to, win the Dutch Eredivisie.
and when you are comfortably leading the line, and at this point in time you start to shake like the same way Inter did, that means it calls for a serious work.
Yeah, but Inter Milan they've taken the lead right now against Torino. So it's left for what they call them now, Napoli, to respond because they still play today against Genoa, which I think tonight rather, which I think they will definitely win. So, but for Ajax, it's going from bad to worse for them, because at a point they were about 12 points above PSV. But if you look at this season critically, the Eredivisie, there was a time also PSV were about that same point, above Ajax. Suddenly they just throw away all the lead, and Ajax from 8, pick up and and find themselves in the first position. But now it's looking very, very bad for them. Though they might still go ahead and win the lead if they can win the remaining 2 matches.
Yeah, they can still win the remaining 2 matches. You don't only get Premier League here, you also can get the Eredivisie also on the menu on this one right here. So it's still game on in that encounter. Still Arsenal trying to chase the game right there at the Anfield Stadium.
Yeah, the match going on in La Liga, the El Clasico, it's now 5-3 now.
So Barcelona putting the icing on the cake right there. Barcelona now most likely confirmed the La Liga champions.
Yeah, because Barcelona will be having, I think, 82 points now, while Real Madrid will be having 75. That means it is 7 points, and you have, I think, 3 games to go. So Barcelona just needs to win one from the remaining.
3 or 2 games to go.
No, they are playing match 35 now, so they still have 3 matches to go. So Barcelona just need 1 win from those 3 matches, or probably draw 2. So, which I think they will get.
Villa is checking the 5th goal of Barcelona.
I think the goal has been disallowed. Yeah, I think so. It has been disallowed. I think for offside from Lopez. Yeah. And
it's full time already in that one. 4 goals to 3 it ended. And it looks like with just 1 win, Barcelona will be crowned La Liga champions.
Yeah, terrible outing for Madrid today. The only positive thing for Madrid today is what they call them. Kylian Mbappe, getting an hat-trick in this game. But every other, apart from that, it was a very, very terrible day for Real Madrid. Having suffered, I think this should be the 4th defeat now this season against the same opponent, Barcelona. And they were not just, they were heavy defeat.
Serious defeat. Like today is to me one of the the most annoying. Well,
Yeah.
go 2 goals
Two
up.
goals up, and you, in fact, you surrender the old 2 goals in the first half and still conceded 4. How do you explain that
Wow.
against your a team you don't want to drop a point? I think a lot of our Real Madrid fans, they even prefer the drop point against Alaves than dropping point against Barcelona.
Barcelona, yeah.
Same as Barcelona fans also.
They don't have good sight at one another.
No, it does a rivalry. Even even in the English Premier League, might believe your rival. You want to make sure you get something. You prefer to even. So I know there are a lot of fans. They will tell you, well, we don't mind losing to West Ham, but we losing to Chelsea, we losing to Liverpool. No. Because they know that they won't see a lot of West Ham fans that will banter them. So that's just logic there.
It's mostly about the teams at your backyard.
Yeah.
Your close teams that will go loggerheads with you in the bantering. So it's half time in that encounter. Liverpool, Arsenal, Liverpool take a 2-0 lead. Gakpo and Luis Diaz, the two guys that has made the difference so far in that encounter. Paulo, your take on the first half of the game so far?
Well, for Liverpool, I think it has been a very fantastic first half performance from them, given what transpired in the last match where they though they've been crowned champion, but they lost the match at the bridge. But back home now, though in this game they didn't actually start brilliantly, but 2 goals under 3 minutes, and here they are halftime 2-0 leading. But for Arsenal, it has been a very, very, very bad first 45 minutes we've seen from them. At the beginning, they started, moving the ball, thinking one would think they will, quickly get those goals, but suddenly, when those goals start coming in from Liverpool, Arsenal just completely collapsed. It's a very, very bad 45 minutes for Arsenal.
Really, really bad game Arsenal has prosecuted. And what do you think Arteta should be doing for a change? Well,
you just have to look at your bench. If I'm Mikel Arteta, I just have to look at my bench. I don't care who is there, even if they've not played before. At least bring them, bring in 1 or 2 players. Replace some of those players, because you've seen that looking at the body language of some of those players. You might believe the defense. Look at the defense. They just they were just standing, looking to the last man, thinking he's going to raise his flag.
Or should we say it's more psychological for the team that their hopes just got dashed?
Well, I think so. I think it has to do with that also, but you just have to move on, because what has happened has happened.
Well, is it said that though?
Yeah, but you don't just have to, in this manner, considering just 2 goals in quick succession, and looking at the first goal, Gakpo headed that, but unmarked. The second one also, the pass just came in, they stood there, and Luis Diaz, I think that should be, is it Mo Salah or Szoboszlai, that pass there, and that should be Ben White looking at the lineman, instead of you trying to quickly come back and clear the ball, and Luis Diaz was just there to guide the ball into the net there. So it has been a terrible performance for Arsenal.
So that sums it all up for the performance of Arsenal. It has been really, really terrible. For them to get something out of this game, they need to pull the chestnut out of the fire right there, to at least get something from this encounter. Now, looking at the Arsenal bench, we know that though they have about 4 players or 5 players injured and out of that one, they still have some guys who can do some dirty work on the bench.
Well, looking at Arsenal bench is not really inspiring because you know, when in terms of you need a goal now, you can't look at the bench and say, oh, once I bring this person on, it's likely to give us a goal. The players I'm seeing on the bench here, but though there are maybe one or two that in terms of when you want to hold on to possession, that's one. But when you talk about getting you those goals, I'm not saying they cannot score, but they are not just players you can say, oh, we need go quickly come in and see if you can get. And that is what I've been saying about Arsenal, the lack of squad depth in the team, and with also with injuries also. And looking at the bench, who do you think can come in? Ricardo Califori is a defender, or is it Zinchenko?
What about Ethan?
Ethan Nwaneri is still very very young, still coming. Though he might come on and get you one or maybe get a goal, but he might not get a goal. But you can't put the whole responsibility on his head now. And at the moment now, the game is going already sideways for Arsenal. So you don't expect a player that has not even played up to a full season, to come in and just suddenly change everything. So but to me, I still feel Arteta needs to still bring on player, probably bring on Julian Timber in that defense to help out that defense, because the way they've been playing right now is not encouraging at all.
Well, the way Arsenal has been playing has not really been encouraging, truthfully speaking, right there. So let's see if second half will favor Arsenal. Looking at the Liverpool point of view, what do you think the coach should be doing right now?
I don't think the coach needs to do anything special again at the moment. He's winning, and probably just if he needs to just give other players, on the bench maybe playing time. Or I've said it earlier on. Even if they are losing, it's still about playing time now for Liverpool players, especially those ones that have not played before, because they've already won the league. The point, even though they drop points, will not affect their standings. So it's about giving every other players playing time. At the same time, start building for next season. Probably if you have one or two tactics you've been planning to use before, but you decide not to use it, not to disrupt them from winning the league. I think it's time now we start trying up those tactics now.
So it's time to start trying those tactics that maybe they've tried before but didn't work out, that they need to try it again right there. So halftime it is Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. Now the transfer window beckons upon us. We know that Arsenal needs to recruit. Now, if you are going to identify the target, which players do you think your club should be bringing into the fold?
Well, there are a lot of at the moment now. Let's just add that we've been able to secure the signing of Zubimendi, which I think now I don't think Arsenal needs to go for any midfielder again now. So we are where Arsenal are lacking now is the number 9 and both quality backup left and right. But if possible, bring on a somebody that will keep Martinelli on the bench. That's from the left side of the attack. Then a backup for Bukayo Saka also. And if possible again, bring on another young central defender, because to me, what's his name now, Jacob Kiwo. I don't think he's that player, that kind of defender you want to rely on if you want to really win the league. And we know why it's even starting these days. It's because of the absence of the Brazilian Gabriel. So I think Arsenal needs to, at least this season, they need about 4 to 5 players, and at least let some go. Players like Tomiyasu, you need to let Tomiyasu go. He's not part of this team anymore. He has been injured all through the season. I'm not even sure if he has kicked the ball this season for Arsenal. And there's also players like Jorginho, though his contract will run out at the ending of the season. talking also what's his name again now? Zinchenko. You need to let him go also, and including what's his name? Raheem Sterling is definitely going. There's also what's his name also, Gabriel Jesus. You need to decide now. You need to let him go also.
So for you, you think he should let go a lot of these guys?
I think Arsenal needs to let go about five to six players, then bring in another 5 players.
Let go 3 players.
No, let go with okay, Raheem Sterling, Zinchenko, that's 2. Tomiyasu 3. Giorgio 4. Giorgio 4. Yeah. What's his name? I think I mentioned one person again. Gabriel Jesus also. That's 5. The goalkeeper is also going back. He's on loan also. Though we have another goalkeeper that is also doing, well on loan also. Talking about Cairns in La Liga there. But they've also been reported that Arsenal have been linked with the Espanyol goalkeeper also. So Arsenal need to let players go and bring on replacement, and not just anyhow replacement. You bring on quality replacement. Players and not just anyhow players that you look at their record, they are always fit. We don't want players that cannot play 2-3 matches in a row.
All right, you heard him right there. He doesn't want players that cannot do the needful 2-3 times in a row right there. Wow, 3-0 against the Ajax.
Yeah,
it seems that one is dead and buried.
Yeah, and at the moment now, I don't think Ajax will be able to, win this league. We just have to confirm that the remaining 2 matches, their opponents, because even Ajax, let me just try and check. I'm not sure the last match. I think they also lose or they drew or lost that match. Just have to, confirm it. Playing against is it NMC or what they call them, Nimejin, yeah, and not being able to get the results, and playing at the Johan Cruyff Arena there is a very, very bad one for the Amsterdam-based team. So very bad one for Ajax Amsterdam. I think it was about 3 match days ago they won last. That was the last win, came against Willem II away from home 2-1. The last match against Rotterdam at home, that was against Spartak Rotterdam. They drew 1-1 and lost 4-0 also to Utrecht. Yeah, so it's looking very, very bad for Ajax Amsterdam. I'm just trying to see if I can see their their next opponent, the remaining 2 matches they'll be playing.
So it looks like it's going to be a long season for you for Ajax.
Yeah, and though that destiny is still in their own hands. 1 point now above our PSV. So if they can secure, the 6 points, get the remaining victory. 2 win, get 6 points from those 2 games, then they'll be good for the trophy. But the way it's looking like, the last 3 matches plus this one now, they've not won. So it's looking very, very bad for them, and they'll be going away from home. So let's see if they'll be able to get.
We can say that they are living dangerously right now.
Honestly.
Wow. So anytime from now, the second half will start of the game between Arsenal and Liverpool. Wow. So looking at the way it is right now for you as an Arsenal fan, I feel you'll be disappointed.
Well, I've been disappointed, for some time now. I'm talking about probably from the beginning and towards early stages of the, second stages of this season, because you look at the performance and the board feeling to bring on, bring in new players when the everything was there. The sign was there. That this thing will not be able to go to the end with the level of players we have now and the injury situation And at this stage now, I'm not even bothered anymore about them winning or not. Though the only issue is that I still want them to be in the Champions League next season. And as a lover of the club, I've actually look at the calculations like we usually do in this part of the world. It's about permutation and calculation. I know from the remaining two matches, I think one win will definitely get us all through. Me, I'm not worried or about finishing second or not, because to me, even though we finished second this season, we've still we've still not made progress compared to what we've done last season and last 2 seasons ago. So it's not Arsenal finishing second is still a very bad season for them.
So second half has started in this one, and it's going to be a long day in the office for Arsenal Football Club right there. Bukayo Saka attacking with the ball down the left side. Trossard still with the ball in the box.
That should be a goal.
Oh, that attempt was blocked.
Look at how they continue to I don't know what's happening at the moment. Arsenal taking their chances has been the issue now. Not that they are not creating, but putting it at the back of the net has become a problem for them.
Looking for you now, a quick twist to it. Who for you is the player of the season, Premier League this season?
In the league this season?
Yeah.
It's definitely Mo Salah.
And Arsenal pull one back.
Wow.
Martinelli pull one back.
That was a lovely, set-up goal there, and a good finish from Martinelli there. Cool. And look at that pass from the cross, and he was unmarked.
Yeah,
Nobody
completely
marking
free.
it. Completely
on goal,
free.
yeah. And that was a good finish. Alisson had no chance.
I don't think it's Alisson's. There's nothing to blame Alisson there. I think the defenders, nobody marked him, and he was free there to, hit the ball. So it's a lifeline for Arsenal now, and let's see if they can, get something from it now.
Yeah, just maybe Arsenal will get something from it at the end of the day right there. So it's game on in that encounter. It's Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1. Arsenal with the ball right now. Keyword sends it back to his teammate Saliba. Saliba gets the ball to Skelly, and Arsenal now coming back, going back into this encounter. So it's 2-1 in favor of Arsenal right here. 49th minute, approaching the 50th minute of that encounter. Wow. Paulo, you think Arsenal can still do something in this encounter? At least maybe take home all 3 points?
They can. It depends on how they want to, approach this game now. Maybe this second half, and it's a good way they started, by getting at least reducing the deficit, in these early stages. So let's see if they will be able to, at least get the equalizing and probably go ahead and get the 3 points.
Yeah, so can they get it? 3 points, only time will tell. 50th minute of that encounter. Arsenal attacking with the ball right now at the heart of the midfield. But it seems Liverpool is going to try to defend this one as much as they can. Long ball straight to Ben White. We'll run down the right back to Saka and we'll find Odegaard. And still, Arsenal attacking with the ball. Because Saka cuts into the box and he will shoot. But his shot was blocked by Arsenal, the Liverpool player right there.
Yeah, so Arsenal are beginning to push forward. Let's see if they can, get the goal there.
So it's game one in that one. Liverpool still leading 2-1 as it is right now. In that one.
It's another opportunity.
So Arsenal with a chance, he shoots.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Leandro Trossard couldn't, put down at the back of the net there. But that was fine turn.
Oh, that was a good turn right there. And the ball kept rising.
Yeah.
And if Arsenal has got that goal right there, they could push for a winning goal.
Yeah, they've started brilliantly well in this second half. Liverpool have not really had much to, do. I mean, to dictate this game in this second half. It has been all Arsenal. And let's see if they can continue to mount the pressure and, get the equalizer and, now start talking about winning the game.
So Arsenal attacking with the ball, Andrea passed the ball to the team and
no, you can't.
the ball into the box.
Trying to do another 1-2 there.
And sent forward for Musala to chase right there down the right. Musala with the ball, cuts back, finds time and space, and he tries to pick his teammate, but there was too much weight on that one. So game on in that encounter. Arsenal half the deficit already, so it's Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1 right now, and Inter still leading 1-0. Ajax locked successfully 3-0 in that one. Football has a way of surprising also.
Yeah, it's the closing stages of most leagues in Europe now, and so there's some we say some players are beginning to feel tired, and or some have teams have looked at it. We don't have anything playing for anymore, but not like teams like Ajax that still have a lot of things to play for, but now losing it when they need to start winning.
Well, losing it when you need to start winning is a risky route to take right there. So 2-1 it is right now at the Anfield, a very not so comfortable ground to go. Even Guardiola, the big boss himself, had one or two to say about that ground.
Yeah, and it's always a very, very, especially when Liverpool playing against those so-called big six at Anfield, they tend to put in extra energy. Yeah, and that's what you need as a club when you're playing your rivals. I said it earlier on. Liverpool will not want to drop point against the big teams. This should be another save there.
Oh. Wow. Another chance. Look at that run into the box. It shoots, but Alisson was there.
I don't. Was he trying to cross or go for a goal? I think he went for a goal.
And shoot the ball very well.
And and Alisson also. The ball was very coming, and he just had to scoop it down. He had to.
He had to bend.
Yeah.
Actually, to be able to get a strong hand to that one. And one of the best Premier League goalkeeper has to be Alisson.
Yeah, it has to be Alisson because since he joined Liverpool, he has been very, very superb for them, and not just for Liverpool, yeah, and in the league, he has, he's been one of those standard goalkeeper. I don't think you want to count 1 to 3 goalkeeper in the league, and mention Alisson Becker.
So ball forward, still Liverpool attacking with the ball right now. Can they do the needful? Gakpo runs into the box. Oh, tries to cut back. But that was a timely challenge from Ben White right there. So game on in that one. Still Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1 as it is right now. So Arsenal sent the ball forward, but the pass was blocked right there by the Liverpool defenders. Half time in that game between Inter and Torino, and Inter leading 1-0 in that one. Konate finds Szoboszlai and returns it back to Konate. Szoboszlai, and the pass took a deflection off Bukayo Saka, but Alisson will grab that one easily. Robertson plays in his teammate in the middle, and straight back to Arsenal in that one. So Arsenal in possession right now, 58 minutes of this one. Can they come back? Can they come back? They've half the deficit, and it looks like Liverpool will not make it easy for them at the end of the day. So Trossard straight to Merino to Skelly to Kiwa straight to Odegaard the captain. Now, your take on some Arsenal fans calling on the coach to strip Odegaard of the captain's handband?
Well, I don't think those fans are actually been sincere. As an I know it's they are looking at how Arsenal have performed this season and Odegaard's performance this season. That's why. But I don't think that's enough for them to be saying that, because looking at Odegaard this season, at the beginning of the season, after I think about 3 matches, he went for national team duties, and he picked up a serious injury that forced him out for almost about 2 months, and he came back. It started struggling, to pick up, and so far he has not been able to, get himself. But having said that, I don't think it's enough for for any fans to be calling them to, the board to, or the manager, to take away the captain's armband from Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, so it should remain the captain.
Yeah, because if you definitely do that now, it means that you are bringing on trying to breed another, how am I going to put it now? Trying to create division in the team. Unless it's, him saying he wants to drop the captain's armband on his own. But I don't think...
And that's a tackle
Wow.
by Bradley on Skelly.
That's a terrible tackle.
And they will go into the books of the referee.
Oh.
So free kick to Arsenal in a dangerous area right there. And it looks like if Arnold leaves, Bradley will be the next guy, go-to guy for Liverpool.
Yeah, I think that should be the key area Liverpool needs to strengthen. At times we've seen them play. What's his name now? Gomez, as a right back. At times, even I think the guy from Japan, is it Endo? I think I've seen him play as a right back also. But I think Liverpool would definitely want to strengthen that because even Bradley, I don't think it will be enough for. Liverpool, because we've seen what what's his name now, Arnold does for Liverpool. His contribution going forward for Liverpool is going to be very missed greatly. But they need to strengthen that position.
So for them to strengthen, which player do you think should be coming in? Oh, and that was a good chance from Arsenal.
Yeah,
Martinelli again, but
straight to the goalkeeper.
Alisson saw that one quickly and reacted.
Yeah,
And that was quick reaction from Alisson.
yeah, he quickly went down there. Wow. And even Martinelli didn't actually have the time to, he just had to play the ball like that. And
Just had to react to the ball.
yeah. So for Liverpool, I think they've been linked with this guy from Bayern Munich. I think Jeremy Frimpong. And
Bayer Leverkusen.
Bayer Leverkusen. So I don't know how true it is, but let's just see. If
But
they'll
for
be-
you, the perfect right back for Liverpool.
At the moment, there's this right back. I'm actually, I like the way he plays, but talking about Dumfries, you look at the way the guy
Of
plays.
Inter.
Yeah, it's very, very good, strong, going forward. Defensively. So, and I know my own team, Arsenal. I don't think we are looking about bringing on right back. If I thought we were bringing full back, I think it should be the left back we need to bring on. But talking about the right back, I'm not sure. If not, I would have said we can go. That guy is a player I actually like.
Mm. But it's one position that Arsenal have had enough options there.
Yeah, at the moment now, Arsenal have had a lot of, we have two right back now. Talking about Ben White and Uren Timber, and still in the book with Arsenal is Tomiyasu. Though I would have liked him to go, and at the moment now, if Arsenal is bringing any right back, I don't see that person coming on to bench either of these two. So if I thought they would bring a right back, it might just be to come and be sitting on the bench.
So 63rd minute approaching the 64th minute of that encounter at the Anfield. Liverpool leading 2-1. Arsenal has been coming close. Well, let's see if Arsenal will finally get one to come back into this encounter. But it looks like a tall order.
Yeah, and in this second half, they've upped their game a bit, but still trailing.
Yeah, so Arsenal attacking with the box.
Is it a foul? Is that a foul or what? Is it a corner kick?
I
Or
don't know. I
Let's see.
think was that a tackle? Martinelli is rolling on the floor.
I think he cleared the ball, but I think he cleared the ball. Oh,
No. That's not a
that's
foul.
that's not a foul. I think that should be a corner kick, right?
That's not a foul. That's a corner kick.
Yeah.
So Liverpool preparing to bring on a hat-trick of a substitution. 3 substitution. But Arsenal takes the corner kick. Returns it back to Saka. Saka with a cross into the box.
Ooh.
And the header went way
Oh
over
my
the bar.
word.
But it seems Bukayo Saka will be penalized for an offside.
It's not offside. It's not off.
Look
He
at
also
the cross.
took deflection of. Ooh.
Mm. So,
Oh, I think it's offside because he took deflection of a player there, so that should be offside.
the substitution is about to happen. Trent Gakpo is being withdrawn for Darwin Nunes right there. Bradley is being withdrawn for Trent, and Jones is being withdrawn for McAllister. I think he got the substitution spot on.
Well, it's just just trying to every angle he remove, he just put like for likes back there, filling those gaps back.
But when you talk about removing Gakpo for Nunes, it doesn't look like for
Well, Nunes is actually a striker compared to Gakpo. Gakpo is a player I don't really, I can't really say this is his particular position.
Yeah, it's mostly number 8.
I don't even know if he's a 7, 11, 9, 8. So you see him playing, everywhere. And these are kind of players, most teams or managers like a player that you can, use on multiple wing and he still deliver.
So, game on in that encounter. Arsenal has the ball. And it seems the vibe and the light in this game is not, in the first half, it's not like second half.
Well, I told earlier on before the game started, I was telling you how this game, I'm now seeing, both team really, putting that energy into it because for Liverpool, they've won the league. They're playing for the fans now, just to entertain the fans. The fans won't even really, mind if they didn't win, but at least get them something, give them good game. And for Arsenal, at the moment, the team spirit is, they are low in confidence and they just, look at the way they've been playing. It's not that way, just two teams trying to respect each other. But despite that, Liverpool are still 2-1. Against Arsenal.
So, game on in that encounter is Liverpool leading 2-1 at the 69th minute of that one. Approaching the 70th minute of this one. Over 1 hour of football played already. We've seen 3 goals. And maybe we'll see more to go into the back of the net right now. So it's game on in that encounter. Arsenal in possession finds the man at the heart of the defense, Kiwo. And Kiwo with the ball sends it to Saliba. Saliba finds Thomas Partey, and Thomas Partey straight to Skelly. Skelly, the younger 18 years old, if I'm not mistaken, English defender, or maybe defense / midfielder. We don't know which one we can call him.
Yeah, at the moment, I think it's a defender now.
So,
okay, just keep. Ooh.
So Arsenal attacking down the right with the ball. Bukayo Saka finds Odegaard. Odegaard will shoot.
Oh, that should be a goal, but I think offside.
Oh,
It's not. It's an equalizer. Wow.
And that's the equalizer.
Wow. We have to just,
Let's
look at the replay. But that was a very good shot from Martin
That
Odegaard.
was a
I
good
can't.
shot from Martin Odegaard.
Let's see. If it's not offside, I don't know why Alisson Becker is complaining. Unless
He said they should check the VAR. He has the right.
well, if it's
Let's
not
see
offside,
where Merino is. When Odegaard?
I don't think it's
It's not
off.
off. It's not.
I don't
offside.
think it's off.
It's not offside.
But they'll still draw the line. I mean, the VAR will definitely check, but I don't think it's offside. But I think Alisson Becker should be doing better, pushing the ball.
I think even Trossard too will be checked because it was obstructing the view of the.
I don't think
the
because
law of the game.
well, let's see.
So let's see.
Just have to wait. But I think Alisson Becker should be doing better, punching the ball to the
That's,
He almost
to the back.
it almost caused an home goal. I mean, he would have even
pointed.
but
If he could, he would punch it outside. It was a well taken attempt.
I think the goal stood.
The goal stood, so
It's not offside. So
it stood.
wow, is that Trent?
Yes, that's strength.
There's nothing to even debate about this one. It's not, So 2-2, and
so Arsenal are back in this one. 2-2 it is right now.
And kudos to Arsenal. This second half, they've been the one doing the plays. We have
I think Liverpool thought
just
they've won the game and just let off still.
And even before they scored, even those goals in the first half, Arsenal were just not that they were really, really threatening, but back in the 2 goals down are back. So let's see if they can go for the win now.
So Arnold with the ball right now sends it back to Alisson Becker, the Brazilian #1 goalkeeper right there. And it looks like if Liverpool is not careful, Arsenal can take this game.
Yeah, with the way Liverpool are playing this second half, it's not encouraging at all.
So Ryan was fouled in the midfield right there by Thomas Partey, and free kick to Liverpool. And who would have thought that this game will be basket of goals?
And I think we've seen goals also today. I expected goals, when those 2 goals came in under 3 minutes for Liverpool. I was expecting it to be, a game with a lot of goals. And I think our last season also, I think we played out. It should be a 1-1 draw at Anfield or 2-2. If I'm trying to remember if it's last season. Yeah, it's 1-1 last season. So. It's a game that always produces goal when Arsenal and Liverpool plays.
1-1 is different from 2-2.
Yeah, yeah.
The ref is just playing right there.
So I think Liverpool are trying now to make sure they push Arsenal back now, and they are beginning to see if they can. Oh. Nunes couldn't, hold on to that one there.
Wow. So 2-2 it is right now. And Arnold for these kinds of passes. To this defense splitting pass right there.
Yeah. And I think Liverpool would definitely miss. That was what I was saying, that Liverpool would definitely miss a lot, from him, because he delivers. Look at that pass again. We've seen it many times with Liverpool. I mean, with Arnold with Liverpool, how he has been, giving those kind of passes, and Liverpool have really taken advantage of those passes, and they were definitely going to miss him.
So 75 minutes it is at the Anfield. It's Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. Arsenal looking like they will come back in this one fully. They are back on level terms. But let's see if anyone will take this game. and Liverpool attacking down the left with the ball right now, running into danger and pass to Salah, and Salah tries to pick up his teammate, but the attempt was blocked right there. Now for Bukayo Saka, there's no replacement.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about bringing.
That was a good chance for Liverpool right there.
Yeah.
But Ryan couldn't convert.
Yeah, I was saying earlier on that Arsenal needs to bring in two wide wingers, a replacement for Bukayo Saka, and bring on someone that, we even put Martinelli on the bench. So the Arsenal needs Bukayo Saka's replacement.
Is the replacement or somebody that can?
I mean, they can deputize. I mean, someone that can, come in to, deputize.
For once, sounded like maybe, just maybe, you would say maybe Bukayo Saka should be sold.
No, not for any amount of money. And another, Leandro Trossard on the turf now. Let's see. Another injury will be for Arsenal again.
So, Eintracht Frankfurt just came back into that one. Now 2-2 against South Pauli. That's the 72nd minute of that one. Really stiff competition Dortmund is bringing into the team that will play Champions League.
I don't think it's in the hands of Dortmund. I think it's in the hands of Freiburg. They just needs to win. Yeah, and if they fail to get it, and I don't think it's to me it's a bit already late for them, because they messed up. Though towards the end of this season they started grinding out result.
But the funniest part is Eintracht, I think, will be facing Freiburg next game, so they'll cancel each other out.
Freiburg will be playing at home, and I think looking at Eintracht Frankfurt cannot make the Champions League again. So
Eintracht Frankfurt?
Yeah.
No. They are the Champions League places.
No. Just let's check the log again. You see,
Champions League places. They are currently third right now.
Frankfurt. Yeah. Sorry about that. I was mistaking them for Stuttgart.
Frankfurt is currently third.
So and Dortmund, with they're on 56 points. Plus this, if they can get a win now, they will go to probably 59. If it's a draw, that's 57.
Yeah,
and 3 points ahead of I think Dortmund.
Yeah, 3 points. But if they face Freiburg, let me confirm that.
Let's just confirm who they are playing, and they can see, and they need to just do themselves better. If they
Freiburg
can win
will
today,
be at home, and it's the last game of the season.
So if they can get it all 3 points, they still have less than about 15 minutes.
Yeah, if they can get.
So they can get, if they secure 3 points, I think they are good to go.
So let's see if they will secure 3 points.
And Arsenal have just made a couple of substitutions now, including Liverpool. Tierney coming on for Trossard, and Ben White also being withdrawn for Ricardo Calafiori. I think Thomas Partey will probably be going to the right back now. Arsenal yellow card, red card. That's the second yellow card
for Merino.
And I think, is that a penalty now?
A free kick.
Wow. Everything is going from
bad to worse.
Wow. After just coming back now, and look at that was a yellow card. He actually slipped there, and I thought this was a ball, but not knowing that it was even this.
This is the yellow card. So, Merino is out. Red card to Arsenal. Arsenal will have to play the remaining 10 minutes of this game, plus additional time, maybe 15 or more minutes. One man down. And his role is so important.
Yeah, and now that Trossard has been withdrawn due to injury, and Ben White, I mean, what's his name now?
Merino.
He will be missing the next game, and
Yeah.
Declan Rice, you know, pick up a knock, so we don't know how serious it is. So everything is just going from bad to worse.
So let's see what will happen at the end of the day. Arnold with the ball. He knows how to score free kicks. Let's see if he can convert this one. So Arnold will take this one. Can he convert? And he takes this one. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, that bend was too much. But it was a good free kick.
Yeah.
So goal kick to Arsenal, 82nd minute of that encounter. Liverpool to Arsenal 2, when Arsenal 1 man down. Same same scoreline. Eintracht Frankfurt 2, St. Pauli 2. That one is in the 77th minute, while Arsenal is in the 82nd minute of that encounter. So Liverpool will attack with the ball right now. Set it down straight for Trent to take and set it straight for Mo Salah. Mo Salah tries to be trickish, but beats too, wins the ball back. Can he shoot? Oh, it looks like this Mo Salah is now so relaxed. Nothing to rush for. No, it beckons on the conversation that if you want to win, do what you have to do on time.
Yeah.
So Ryan has been withdrawn for Taylor. Elliot, sorry.
Yeah.
Elliot for Liverpool. And but another guy that's done a whole good job this season has to be Ryan for Liverpool.
Yeah, Ryan Gravenberch,
Yes.
a lot has not really been said about him, how he was able to, help this Liverpool midfield. We know Liverpool were, going after, what's his name, Zubimendi, who turned them down.
They didn't just bring him now.
Yeah, he was there, but they were still looking for,
support.
when he turned them down, they decided to stick with Gravenberch. And
But if you look at it also, he played too many matches.
this
If
season,
Zubimendi was there,
Yeah.
he would have played maybe half of those matches.
I don't think so. What I'm saying is that if they had brought Zubimendi for that amount they wanted to bring on, I don't think they would have, kept him on the bench. Probably Ryan Gravenberch might. We would have known that Gravenberch would be good enough to do the job for Liverpool. He will still be sitting on the bench. Last season he was mostly also on the bench, but this season,
luckily for Liverpool, he stayed out injured.
yeah,
Because if he had gotten injured,
he could have been, although they have what they call Endo, and I don't think Endo would have been been able to do the kind of job
Ryan has done.
for Liverpool
He
this
has been
season.
massive for Liverpool this season. We saw him not being available against Chelsea. We saw the loophole in the midfield.
Yeah.
Really one hell of a player. Salah attacks, drops the ball for Elliot, drops a 1-2. Oh, still Salah with the ball, but lost possession to Saliba. Oh, and that will be a free kick to Arsenal. Kiwo are doing a good job. And talking about Kiwo, since he came into this Arsenal lineup, he has not really been bad. He has not been bad actually.
Well, yeah, and at the same time, has not been that great, but he has been, fairly okay, And I said earlier on, if he wants to really, challenge for major trophy, I don't think Kiwo is that kind of player you want to rely on. It's a player like Kiwo, squad players. When someone pick up injury or you just needs to give defend the game, then you bring on Kiwo. But trying to rely on him, for the whole season or to challenge, I think it would be wrong of any club to do that. I think Kiwo can definitely go to all these smaller clubs and pick up a starting spot there. But with Arsenal, I don't think is that kind of player that Arsenal needs to rely on. But since he broke, he started playing with due to the injury to Gabriel. I think he has been a little bit okay, and because though there are some matches he has
improved.
Well, to me, I don't really think so. It's still the same keyword that we've had, and still one or two errors coming, and at times it just seems doing some unreal defending. But I think it's fairly it's a squad player.
Yeah, he's a squad player right there. So game on in that one. And Liverpool attacking with the ball. Arsenal wins it back. Arsenal attacking right now. Odegaard set a pass through, but Alisson will shoot that one off for a goal kick to Liverpool. So 88 minutes of that encounter. Arsenal to Liverpool 2, and Zinchenko is about to come on for Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, Zinchenko coming on for Bukayo Saka, and you could see the manager. I don't think he really wants to go off for the win again. Now he's already back
1
in the
point
game
is better than none.
and you're already one man down. I think he's trying to defend the game. And kudos to Arsenal, despite how they've been playing in this game. Being able to come back 2 goals from against this Liverpool team. It's not that easy.
So Liverpool with the ball, Van Dijk, and this pairing, Konate Van Dijk, I think they've done a great job this season.
Yeah, and they've done a great job, and they are just like Gabriel and Saliba. They continue to grow together. Once and for them, this season has been probably their best, and with them, and Liverpool have had luck with their defense this season. At a point, I think Konate was through that for about 4 league matches, but they had players to also deputize, and when he came back, he picked up from where he left.
Yeah, so that shot was blocked by the Arsenal defender. Salah attacking down the right. What can he do with well? Costa his right foot and a cross or a flick header, and it's How did Robertson miss that?
Wow. It's Ryan.
And that's the set Arsenal fans don't want to see.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh.
Ouch. Wow, that was a terrible finish from Robertson.
Very, very terrible finish.
Really terrible finish. From that close range, he could do better, actually. So, 90th minute it is. Anytime from now, we will see how many minutes the referee will be adding to this one. And that's a poor goal kick from Raya.
I don't know how to kick, bro. But they just kick this one straight away.
Odegaard with the ball, returns it back to Saliba, to Partey. Partey straight to Zinchenko, and Odegaard with the ball finds his teammate. He turns it straight back, and it looks like Arsenal ain't planning to attack anytime soon.
Well, I think they try. You could see Martinelli up front. They just wants to see if they can, hold on to the ball and try and see if they can use the pace of Martinelli up front there. But at the moment now, they are the one. Arsenal is the one doing the defending. And like you said earlier on, I think a point will be better than losing up everything. With giving the fact that at a point in this game they were 2 goals down. And now they are 1 man down also.
So Salah attacking down the right, just the pass for Elliott. Elliott will shoot. Oh, and its attempt kept rising till it rose over the bar right there. So it's still 2-2 in this one. Arsenal a man down right there. And in the Bundesliga, Eintracht Frankfurt still 2-2 at the 87th minute of that encounter. One difficult team in that league this season has been St. Pauli, one of the spoilers.
Yeah, and I think they still got the chance to escape relegation. And this season they've been one of those spoilers. I think they defeated RB Leipzig.
Yeah,
I think so. And look at they're holding Eintracht.
No, I think they played a draw against RB Leipzig.
I just have to confirm because I could remember. Is it?
Yeah, I think they played a 0-0 at home to RB Leipzig. So, Mohamed Salah attacking down the right, and he dribbles past 2, still with the ball. Oh, too many bodies around him. He couldn't really do much with that ball. And personally, I think I will really want Dortmund to be in the Champions League next season.
Well, it's not about football is not about names anymore. I think anybody that deserve it should be there.
Yeah,
to me, I don't really
wants
think
it the most.
Yeah, I don't really think they deserve, because you see how they've been shambolic in the league. You can't just
But
decide.
today they defeated Leverkusen.
Yeah, and you could see that Leverkusen playing for nothing anymore, and I don't think it's. I'm not saying they cannot defeat Leverkusen, but look at the manner. One would have thought what's going on. How do you defeat Leverkusen? Just 4-1. Leverkusen scoring the first goal. Like that. But if they deserve it, then. But if they don't deserve it, I don't think they should just give that. And I think what they call them, Freiburg, should. I think Freiburg deserve it. There is more compared to Dortmund, and they've been fighting all season for it. So I wish them. I wish they would get this spot.
And the game between Torino and Inter Milan has been interrupted due to bad weather right there. So the game has been interrupted right there. I think it was interrupted at halftime. So we don't know when it will be restarted, but let's see how it will go at the end of the day right there. So back to the Arsenal-Liverpool game. Liverpool-Arsenal game. Still 2-2. Liverpool throwing everything they have at Arsenal, but Arsenal defending with everything that they've got right here. And already in the last minute of additional time, of the 5 minutes additional time, already in the 95th minute.
Will this be the winning?
And Arsenal attacking with the ball, and he shoots.
That should be it!
Oh, the ball went
word.
off target. So it looks like that's how it's going to end. I don't think there's any goal again in this game. So Liverpool attacking, still with the ball. Arnold will set it down straight to Mo Salah, who will take on the defender. Tries to cut in, and wins a corner kick for Liverpool, which might be the last kick of the game right there. Look at that at them.
He actually saw the space, but
Yeah,
he couldn't. He saw it and he decided to, go
and
for
the
it.
Inter game has been restarted. I think maybe most likely, and Liverpool just made it 3-2 at the death of that one. Wow. Wow.
I think that should be offside. Yeah. The
Let's
last man
see.
said it's offside. Let's see, because looking at where Jota was there, and we just have to confirm that, because it looks very easy. Just tap it in there. Let's see. Oh. Oh. I think we'll need VAR for this one. Let's see if TN is not keeping in onside. But I think that they will have to. The VAR will have to,
Let's
check
see what VR will do. Oh, the game has. Oh yeah.
I think it's a foul, or is it even a foul? I think there was a foul.
I think it's even a foul. Oh, it's a foul.
Konate.
There's a foul. There's a foul right there. So the goal did not stand.
Wow.
Congratulations to Arsenal.
That would have been a terrible way for you to just lose
really,
everything.
it will keep killing the confidence of the team. So its final whistle already. It ended 2-2 at the Anfield. So congratulations to Arsenal.
Well, at least after terrible weeks for them, at least getting 1 point come from 2 goals down at Anfield is not where you just come and grab a point. But half bread is better than none. So
Yeah,
kudos
in
to
this
Arsenal.
case it is. So Paulo, thank you for joining us, and that will be the piece of our offering for today. Join us this coming week. It's going to be a bumper filled week. Till then, don't ever give up. You can only fail if you stop trying. Keep trying until your dreams becomes a reality that you can touch and you can feel. Thank you for joining us. I still remain Afolayan Adeyemi. Till we meet again next time. Bye for now.